Dude, I finished the new season of The Bear. So good, man.
I watched it too. It is really good. I would say season 2 is better than season 3 overall, but I thought season 3 was really good still.
Cool. How was 4th of July? Any festivities?
Went by the pool, hung out, drank a little bit. No glizzies. No glizzies in the whole weekend, dude. It's so disappointing. Everywhere that I've gone, maybe I had to supply the glizzies myself, but I thought that we would be doing glizzies, and we went pizza. I think pizza's just a little bit easier. And then we were home early because my dog hates fireworks.
This country has changed, man. No glizzies. Wow. Not the country I grew up in.
Plus the fireworks were terrible, dude. We chilled on the roof to watch them, and I don't know, I think maybe the weather, it was very cloudy, but also it was just so humid all day, and the fireworks, the smoke was just lingering in the humidity, dude. So you couldn't really see anything behind all the smoke. But it's cool because around DC you can see there's just so much fireworks all around the city. So it is a really, really nice watch. I also didn't have hot dogs on the day of, but the next day I had hot dogs. So
nice.
Fed the beast, dude.
Wow. Very patriotic of you.
Were you standing and saluting as you were eating it?
No, I only had mustard on it. Only mustard, I know. The place we were at, no ketchup was supplied, so kind of made me sad. I like ketchup on my hot dog.
I'm a ketchup, mustard, and relish kind of guy. All the fixins.
There were chopped onions, dude. There were chopped white onions. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm not a mustard guy. I like ketchup and relish and chopped onions, but mustard not for me.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. Let's maybe get started, huh? What's up, everyone? Welcome to another District Gooner Pod. I'm KP. Hope you had a nice weekend. This football mania is winding down, and here to talk about it all with me is my co-host, Steven. What episode is this, dude?
Ooh, what are we on, 54? Ooh, you almost got me. Dang, you always keeping me on my toes. Howdy, how we doing? 4-day weekend. So, absolutely thriving over here, actually. Sad to get back to it tomorrow, but it's been an action-packed weekend. What's up, Ron?
Yo, it's nice to be back. Great weekend. Winding down the weekend. A lot of pool time. It's been a great break away from work, and I hope it has been for everybody out there.
Yeah, dude, it's been really nice. I'm pretty excited to get back to it. It's always nice to have a routine, and we'll see. No games until Tuesday. That always helps to maybe get your focus. And let's just jump into the Euros, man. Obviously, so many games happening over the weekend. We are recording on Sunday afternoon. So, like I said, hope you had a nice weekend. Let's see. Spain, Germany was the first game, I think. And it did not disappoint, huh?
That was a good one. I guess the main talking point for me and you, Keon, is Mr. Kai Havertz. I think he had a few chances in the first half. I would consider them like half chances. I think he created them, which was cool for him, but they didn't come off. Just every shot that he had, it seemed like it just was kind of scuffed.
Yeah, 100%, dude. He just didn't find the back of the net. That I think the chip at near the end of the game. I mean, you gotta want to see him to score that, right? He has to score that for me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Wasn't even thinking about that one. I'm just thinking about the ones in the first half, like a long ball off his chest. I think he tried to put in. Someone had lofted in a cross that had like no pace on it. He tried to head it and it didn't. But that 1v1, oof. I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to see that happen for him.
Yeah, he's getting killed out there. It's really painful to see that. I mean, I'm not like a huge Kai fan, so it doesn't really affect me, but I can only imagine how Arsenal fans and Keon, you especially, how that's affecting you at this time.
I think he had a good tournament. I'll be honest with you. It was probably average, which by average was like 3 goals he scored. So, he was pretty involved too. Maybe had like 2 assists. So overall, I think, look, good tournament. I was pretty disappointed that Germany lost the game, to be honest with you. Obviously, I was backing them to be champions. And I think now I have to back Spain, the team that defeated them, as sort of mine to go through here. But that was sad. Nico Williams had a decent performance again, but I think a player who stood out is Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich, really good tournament from him, man. All this chatter about a German international. We'll see, man. We'll see. The good news is they're coming home early.
Yeah, he had a good tournament. I actually really like Danny Olmo.
Really?
Still at Leipzig, right? I really like him, man. I think every game I watch him, and he's always part of the action. So I like that about him. That was the matchup. I think that might have been the best 2 teams in the tournament, right? Is that like general vibes? To me, that's like the 2 best teams playing well, I guess.
I think that's totally fair. I think that Spain and Germany have looked the best, and so it was really nice to see them at least match up once. It sucks that it was in the quarterfinal, but it is nice to see a matchup of that caliber because some of the matchups have not been that way, unfortunately.
Well, they had the promise of, right? France versus Portugal. The game that followed that went to penalties, 0-0 at full time. I mean, pretty disappointing. A player who's just, I gotta be honest with you, man, Rafael Leao. I'm just not seeing it, dude. I'm not seeing it, big man. Help me. Do you guys feel differently?
I'll let you go, Ron.
I don't. I don't feel differently. I think that, at least from what I've seen in this tournament, I've not been super impressed by him. I know that I've seen comps and stuff like that from before, and I know that he's capable of doing things just in general. But this tournament was really bad for him because he had more yellows attached to dives than goal involvements, right? Like that's not a good output from a winger that should be lighting it up. It didn't look like his decision making was super great. It looked like he was looking for fouls pretty often. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really impressed. I don't think that his stock went up during this tournament.
You know what? I thought this was his best game. I've watched a few of them. I did think this was his best game. To say that he did light it up, that's not true. But he's going at Koundé, who I rate, and he was actually got the better of him a few times in the first half. And I was like, oh, okay, today's the day. But I guess it comes back to what you just said. The goal involvements, where are they at? Nothing. Like, he gave us really nothing. He's supposed to be the superstar of that front line versus Ronaldo. Didn't do it. But his sub, João Felix, like, to be honest with you, when he walked up for his pen, I was like, yeah, this is a miss. I don't rate that guy at all. I was like, the moment's too big for the kid.
You had that in the bag, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
The subs were interesting. Roberto Martinez, I think there has to be a conversation about this manager, right? He got to coach Belgium. Now he got to coach Portugal to this level. And I don't know. It's maybe just not good enough to keep missing expectations. And I think expectations were Portugal with that squad. Maybe they should be in the final, dude. But Ronaldo is playing every single minute, taking every single free kick. These little things are not helping. And I mean, he took Bruno off in like the 70th minute, dude. That was wild to me.
Yeah, he didn't get to take his pen. So like, that's kind of weird, right? Interesting.
I feel like the Ronaldo thing is the biggest cloud over Portugal's tournament, right? Because he played so much and he was really not that effective. He was really not that involved. I mean, I think I sent you guys a stat that he had like 3.8 XG or something like that and scored 0 goals. He had his opportunities and is honestly a little painful to watch. Like, I don't even like Cristiano really at all. And so, seeing it, it's just like, wow, like you are really weighing down this squad, right? They have, Gonzalo Ramos on the bench? Like, he's capable. He scored a hat trick at the last World Cup, right? Like, he has proven himself for Portugal as well. So it's, I don't know, to see the Portugal squad become a little bit of a Ronaldo vanity project, especially with all like the free kicks and stuff like that too. I don't know. That to me seems like the most damning part for the manager as well. Because at some point you have to do what's best for your squad and not what's best for Cristiano.
240 minutes, 2 games. Like, that is, for a guy in his late 30s, that's not getting the goals. That is kind of, like, look at sideways at Roberto Martinez a little bit. Like, are you actually steering the ship, or is somebody else, Cristiano Ronaldo, actually steering the ship? But on the flip side, France, man, still haven't scored an open play goal. They're in the semis. Like, these boys, they're doing. I've heard some commentary about Deschamps. Like, this is actually, in a sick way, like exactly how he wants to win games. He's like super conservative, like doesn't like the flashy stuff. Like, he wants to win defensively. 0-0. I mean, Saliba, big man, doing his thing. Like, it's France, Spain. That's going to be an interesting matchup, because Spain, I think, is going to go full throttle at them the way they have all tournament. Like, they're not going to care. So, maybe, hopefully Griezmann, Mbappe, missing man. Hopefully they can do something.
It should be a really nice semifinal. I agree with you. I do feel like France still played pretty well in comparison to Portugal. I felt like this was the first time where I saw Portugal's midfield get dominated, and it was fun to see Camavinga, Chumendi, and Kante. That's a hype midfield, dude.
Dude, Camavinga, I'm surprised he doesn't get as many minutes. That dude, he's just so silky, so smooth.
He is. He's really good, man. I thought Saliba was going to take a penalty because, dude, the way the lineup had looked at the end of it, they had no penalty takers. It's like, I mean, Koundé took one, I think. So I was like, oh, Saliba's taking one, man. Here we go.
I mean, the way he's been playing, I would have backed him to sink it. I would have backed him.
Koundé's pen was crazy though, too.
That was good.
So I have a question for you guys. If France were to lose or not win this tournament, like even if they went to the final and they didn't win it, would you drop Deschamps and pick up Zidane, or what?
I think they stick with the manager. I think it's one of those situations where he's the one who maybe steps away, because ultimately, look, maybe he didn't play Saliba in the preseason games, and we'll never know why. But when he came to the games, he did play him, and he has been rolling out these different formations. And he has been getting enough out of them. I don't know. It's also hard when you have Dembele, who does everything but score. So that doesn't help his case, you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at I'd like to actually know what the media think, like the French media, because I'm not really sure. I know they're very volatile. I don't know what the take is. I kind of think they like him. I think they like Deschamps, and they like the way he's basically organized their team. They've been top. I guess this 8-year cycle, they've been like top, right, basically. I'm looking at the stats from this game. They still had 20 shots, 5 on target. Like, that's still, like, to me, that's a good output, like, to have 0 goals. I don't think they're playing terribly. There is something missing, but like defensively, I mean, that midfield, man, like that's the midfield and the back line. Theo Hernandez, that pen he took, the last one.
Wow, dude.
Koundé's taking a pen and you're right back. You got Saliba, you got Upamecano, Konate if you need. Like, that's a gross team. Maybe this is the way they should play because of how good their back line is. Like, maybe that's what it is. And you have Mbappe up top, and hopefully he can be your star and actually score some goals.
Yeah, and to be fair, Mbappe with the broken nose, I've heard some of the reports saying that he's been having trouble like sleeping, like he hasn't been able to sleep with how his breathing is and stuff like that. He's really uncomfortable. So I'm wondering if that does play a factor. And like, he's been good, I think, but I don't think that he's been like Mbappe level perhaps during the tournament.
Gotcha. So what's your answer to your question then about Deschamps?
Hell yeah, I'm taking Zidane, dude.
Zidane?
Screw it. Yeah, like just let's see.
When you
see
said,
aura,
is that
dude.
actually like in the ether? Like, is Zidane interested in the job?
Yeah, I think that a couple of years ago.
Wait, is this a DGP exclusive?
Breaking news?
No, this is definitely not a DGP exclusive. This is something that I've read. There was a couple of years ago, I think, following the World Cup, there was talks about Zidane coming in because he doesn't have a job right now, right? Like, and I know that Zidane wanted to join a squad that was a little bit more well established, and obviously he's French too. So I know that there were just little reports here and there about whether the French Federation was actually considering that or not. Honestly, like, I don't blame the logic of them for sticking with Deschamps because, like you guys said, he's been very consistent, gotten a lot out of the team. But, I mean, Zidane's Zidane, and he has a crazy record as well. And so that would be cool. Just generally, it would be cool.
I did not know that, and I would love to see Zidane coach their team. Like, the way that Real Madrid team played, I think he'd fit right in. It would be almost the perfect transition.
Right.
It would be fun. Before we move to make predictions on this side of the bracket as to who will make it to the final, I just wanted to touch on Portugal really quickly and Pepe. What a way for him to go out in his career. I think it's been really fun watching him and Diego Costa. And the more and more I think about it, Steven, the more and more I think we learned so much from that Porto game. Just seeing some of the things that I'm seeing out there, dude. But no, just a huge shout out to Pepe, and kind of a total opposite of the way Cristiano is going out. It feels like, So, anyways, you guys have anything for him?
Yeah, huge. I mean, huge tournament from him. I was actually watching him quite a bit. I had feelings when we played them this year in the Champions League, like, and this is also from the socials, like, just general opinion. It's like, this dude's 41. He's playing against Arsenal. Got these fat, there's no way they don't beat them because Pepe's one of their center backs, right? And it's like, that's actually disrespectful as fuck. Like, watching this dude play, like, he's a menace. He's chasing people down, which is, like, he's just putting his heart on his sleeve, like, doing everything he can. Like, Pepe, he's still that guy. I mean, I think the way he looks right now, he could play for any club, really. I mean, I totally get he's 41. It's eventually he's going to hit the cliff because everybody does. Nobody's beaten Father Time, but excellent tournament from him.
Yeah, mad respect. That run that Thuram had on the right side, that Pepe was alongside him. Like, how cool! Like, that is nuts. Like, obviously he's going to get beat for pace, but that recovery at the end to win the corner, or to get the corner and kick the ball out by the byline, like, that is huge. Like, to see someone 41 years old doing that, and Thuram is fast. Like, he's not a slow guy. So mad respect to Pepe this tournament. And it also felt like he wasn't being as Pepe, but he wasn't being as crazy. So that was also, like, kind of cool to see. Maybe he's mellowed out and he's also still really good.
Yeah, he's matured, definitely. So the first game will be on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Spain, France. I'm backing Spain, obviously. And I think the score will be... dude, I'm seeing another overtime, to be honest with you. But I think Spain win it 3-1 in overtime.
Wow. That's a shout. I'm going with my champs. I'm going with France. I gotta stay on the train. So I'm going with France. I'm gonna give it a 2-1 game because France gonna hit them on the counter.
I'm gonna do a 2-1 Spain in 90. I don't think it goes to extra time. Spain looks good, man. They just look really, really good. Sucks that Pedri's tournament is over, but Olmo is so silky smooth in the middle, like you said, Steven. He's been really fun to watch. I'm just excited about this whole team. Even Morata, like, he doesn't really score that many goals. He should be scoring more goals, but his link-up play with the rest of the players has been so good. And so, like, if you're not scoring goals, you have to do something. And that's something that, like, Lukaku wasn't doing. That's something that Cristiano wasn't doing. And so to see that out of him, I think he fits the squad really well.
All right. Well, let's go to the other side of the bracket. And the day started on Saturday with England versus Switzerland, which went to penalties. And England won 5-3. But it was 1-1 at full time. I was rooting for the Swiss. I think everyone knows that. I was pretty sad the way it unfolded at the end. And I mean, Ron, how do you set up for penalties. Every game. I mean, even the group games feels like we're playing for pens, dude.
Yeah, it's honestly really demoralizing, right? Because I really thought that the first half was a good showing from England. I thought that they played pretty well, right? Like, despite the no shots on target, you could tell that they were trying to get up. They were trying to create something. Like, you could tell that pretty instantly. You know, with Trippier pushed up, with Saka pushed up as well, Walker staying more back, I felt like there was a better balance to the team overall. And then in the second half, like after the first 5 minutes, it was just like they were playing for pens, like you said. And it was just so disappointing to see that, are you guys not trying to score? Really, the only person that was trying to score even in extra time was Cole Palmer. But that's also among both sides, because the Swiss weren't trying to score in extra time at all either. But yeah, it's just I don't know what the mentality is. I don't know what the tactics are in the second half of once it hits the 50th minute, it's okay, we're secure here. Let's just go and we'll see how we do in pens, which is so odd too, because England, maybe they have a lot of faith in their penalty takers now, but that is a historically bad result for them, just generally is penalties. So I don't know. I don't know why you would think like that. I don't know why you would play like that. I'd like to see a little bit more aggression out of them. I don't think it's going to happen because Southgate is a very defensive manager as a whole, even to begin with. And I think that he's lost the plot, several years ago. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes for him, but this has been a little bit more encouraging, I guess, but still not to the level.
I mean, it's simple as they just really can't keep getting away with this. They can't keep getting away with it. If they were on the other side of the bracket, there's no way they're pulling 3 games off. I'm with the quality on the other side, no way they're pulling 3 games off. This side of the bracket, they honestly have a shot. Looking forward to the matchup with the other, with Netherlands, they're going to have a shot. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So and Bolo scores. I honestly thought it was going to be over, but we have to, it's Arsenal pod. We got to talk about our boy, Bukayo. Man of the match, easy. Great performance from him. Love that. I was going for Switzerland also. KP. I think that's probably known, but when your boys putting on a show, you got to appreciate, right? You got to appreciate.
Declan Rice assist, I think they're saying.
Is that what they're saying?
Not bad. The gesture to the blah, blah, blah. That's kind of cool. I like it. Little chat back. I like that kind of chat back versus when the players were speaking to media about the media treating them. Does that make sense?
No. Elaborate.
Obviously he's reading what they're talking about. He's reading what's happening, what's being said, and puts on a performance like that, gets the crucial goal, and then just does blah, 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 blah in his celebration.
Yeah.
I appreciate that hit back at the media and the punditry saying, I hear you.
Yes.
Blah, blah,
let your
blah.
action show it.
Yeah.
Let your action
just,
show it. Yeah.
Hey, man, they're being so unkind to us, why don't you back us a little bit?
Yeah. Show out, basically. Great goal. We've seen it before. He's the guy, and I think he's a perfect example of someone that's probably not going to say that to someone in the media, have those interactions. But yeah, he's got a little spice behind him, right? I like that is a tight celebration. Yeah, man. 120 when he stepped up for his pen. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I was about to just say, bro. So I was chatting with my friend who's a Chelsea supporter and just going back and forth about this Palmer stuff and if, who should be taking the pen and all that, man. And I was nervous. I was nervous. I'll be honest with you, dude. I was nervous. I was like, no, please don't miss. Please don't miss. And yeah, he pulled through, man. It was nice. It was all very good. It's interesting. Have you seen the little clip going around of Trent Alexander-Arnold post-match saying, someone's reading his lips, apparently, talking to his family or some of the fans, saying that, you took one. It's yeah, I had to take one. He didn't want to take one. And I don't know no one knows, who he's talking about, who didn't want to take one. And I was looking at the lineup. It's like who was on the field at the end there. And I'll be honest with you, Declan Rice, does he get into your top 5 for England penalty takers?
I've only seen him take the pen, I guess against Porto. That was my thought when they're choosing the 5, they put on those subs like Palmer, Trent. Like I think Trent was an automatic, like he's going to take one. So I wasn't sure. Rice was kind of like on the edge for me. I would take him. I think he can. I mean, he takes our corners. He takes free kicks. Like, yeah, I think he could do spot kick. No problem.
But Trent subbed on for Phil Foden. And it's curious. Is that the comment? I don't know. I'm just speculating, right?
Oh,
well, that's silly though.
Go.
Like it really is silly because Phil has taken a significant amount of pens for City every time that they've gone up. And he doesn't control whether he's subbed or not. So that as a whole, I mean, he's played 120 minutes. Like, I get he gets subbed off.
In the 115th. Yeah, he got subbed off in the 115th.
Yeah. So he's played a lot. You know, do I think that Phil would be asking to come off in order to not take a pen? Absolutely not. Like, that just doesn't match who he is as a person. And the penalties that I've seen him take over the years as well. So he's never been afraid to take one. He's always one of our 5. So I'm not worried about that.
He said our 5, big man.
Hey, it's just the narrative. You know, we're just trying to find out. This is an investigation, Ron.
I honestly have no idea. Could it be Kyle Walker? Does Kyle Walker get into the top 5? That's why I started with Declan Rice, because I was like, man, could it even be Declan Rice? Like, I have no idea.
That was that. You're right on. I had that thought, but so Harry Kane didn't take a penalty. I think he was cramping. This is an issue I have with Southgate. So he subbed off. We just talked about Foden, Harry Kane, super late. Did Harry Kane do anything at all warranting playing 90 minutes? No, he should have been subbed in the second half to me. Like, Foden, if he dog tired, 120, like, why are you subbing them so late? Do you actually think this man will ever change that? Like, will he not play Harry Kane, who I think's had a bad tournament? Personally, I don't think he's had a good tournament. Like, we're moving into the semifinals. Does Harry Kane, like, you think he starts again?
I would say his performances are on par with Cristiano. And it's the same exact situation.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Because I text you guys during the games, and I'm always asking, like, what is he there for? Because even the hold-up play, right? Like, he's not winning these balls in the air, and he's not holding the play up very well. His contribution is dropping back to, like, center defensive mid, and you know, winning maybe some of these balls. He had one at the edge of the box, and it's like, wow, Harry Kane does that. It's like, well, Harry Kane shouldn't even be there. Yeah. He should be up top. Like, what is he there for? He's the striker, right? Like, that you have to be up top, especially the formation that you're playing and the way that you're playing as a whole. You need an outlet, and if he's not that, then what is he there for? And if he's not there to stretch the defense, then what is he there for? Like,
it's so annoying to, like, see them cutting balls back. Like, Asaka put in quite a few balls where he gets to the end line, he's putting a ball back, and he doesn't take the chance. Like, he's just standing there, like, on his heels, like, waiting for it. It's like, I know if my boy Ollie Watkins was in there, he's creating something. He's creating chaos. I mean, that's all I got to say. Like, to me, Harry Kane, like, I think you need to be touching Pine, next game, personally.
Yeah, we'll see, dude. But they've done it, man. They're through. They're going to be playing the Netherlands. So there's also, I guess, some credit there. They're back in a semifinal of the Euros. Something must be going well. I guess that the coin toss is just in their favor right now. Netherlands, of course, defeated Turkey 2-1. And I think this was my worry when Turkey were playing Austria, that they would get a lead, but let it slip away because maybe Austria is just a little bit more professional. But it turned out to be Netherlands, and good performance by them, dude. The Dutch look good, man, honestly.
It was a good game. I honestly thought Turkey had it. I would have loved to see them go through, but ultimately the better team won, in my opinion. I think Netherlands probably played better. Turkey created some, defended well. got their early goal, which was tight. But yeah, Netherlands, they look solid. I like their front line. They actually look tough.
That was a really fun game. You know, when did the Netherlands score? Like
late in the 70th.
70th? Yeah, okay,
Turkey scored in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were putting in crosses over and over and over again. Weghorst was in the middle, and Turkey looked so defensively solid. And so when that goal went in, I had the feeling that, okay, the Netherlands are going to kind of run away with it now, especially with the amount of people that Turkey were missing. The Demiral guy, especially, like, you know, he had scored twice, and I think he probably would have been a great asset for them considering how many set pieces they had during the match. But unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, he could not play.
Yeah, 100%, man. Look, shout out to Turkey. Gave us some of the best matches in the tournament, and maybe a lot of people didn't have them as their dark horse, but you did because you listened to District Gooner Pod. So there's always a positive in some of these things, man. Tell me, Netherlands, England, who goes to the final? Ron, let's start with you, big man.
You know what I'm going to do. It's coming home. I will pick England. I think the Netherlands perhaps might be one of the defenses that are a little bit easier to score on, I'd say. They've let up a few goals this tournament. I think it should be a good game again, or it could be just complete, utter crap to watch due to Southgate's tactics. We'll see. But yeah, I'll pick England. I'll do a 1-0.
Have you been watching the Netherlands games pretty often, dude? Because I'm curious what your thoughts are about their backline. You said they let in a lot of goals, and Van de Ven hasn't been playing that much, but when he does sub on, it looks like Ake is pretty upset about getting off the pitch. So there's just like a little bit of drama there with their backline too, which is like maybe we just have too many good defenders and we're making some sacrifices. Because it's weird. Van de Ven should be playing, I feel like.
Ake, I think Ake is a little bit better on the left. Like, he plays left back more frequently for the club as well, for City as well, and he's shown to be really defensively solid. And I think he's very mature as well. Van de Ven is really good, really fast, but I think that sometimes he can be a little bit rash. It made sense to take Ake off when they did. I think it was like the 65th or the 70th or something like that. I don't know what the sub time was for that. But he had a yellow, so it makes sense that he would be subbed off and what's his name? Van de Ven went on.
Yeah, Dumfries has had a good tournament too. The right back for the Netherlands. I think it's going to be a really good game. I would say Netherlands win. I'm just going to come out and say 3-0.
Whoa.
Dang, okay. I'm going to go Netherlands, and I'm going to put it on the fact that at halftime, Coleman made a sub to go to Wout Weghorst. I think he will make the move that's necessary versus the other guy won't. I just said, will Kane be benched? No, he's not going to be benched. It's going to be the same thing. We know the story. I'm going to go Netherlands, and I'll go 1-0.
It's interesting that you say that with Coman making those changes, because I agree as a whole. But overall, online, Coman's what was it? Approval rating is not very high.
It is not. I know that. I do know that. I know people do not like him.
Yeah, they like rate him next to Southgate, like, which is a very interesting thing as a whole. Because I didn't know that until like this tournament, really. Because I don't really pay that much attention to Dutch football as a whole. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he's made the subs, and the subs are impacted, but it seems like a lot of the complaints from the media and complaints from people online is that he gets his starting lineup wrong frequently because he plays favorites. So we'll see.
I guess maybe that's some of the issue with the back line, but I don't read Dutch media, so I can't really comment on it. But yeah, it would make sense for them to be pretty harsh. It's like, I'm sure every country's media is pretty harsh on them, except for the US. I feel like the US is like, gave it our best shot, boys. All right, well, let's turn our attention really quickly to Copa. The games have been whatever, man. But in the semifinal, we'll have an Argentina-Canada rematch and an Uruguay-Colombia on the other side. So pretty interesting. I think the biggest game was the Uruguay-Brazil game, which ended 0-0, man.
0-0. I watched it. It was last night. Not a good game. It was actually pretty awful. And you've probably seen the stat about Endrick having one pass the entire game, which was off the kickoff. There was 41 fouls in the game. So, I mean, we're averaging, a foul every 2 minutes, just simple math there. It was ugly. No extra time. Ended 0-0. Uruguay was like playing for pens. Not great. Yeah. Martinelli scored his pen though. So I guess that's good news.
Yeah, without Vinicius playing, I was kind of hoping he would have gotten a start or more than just 5 minutes, dude.
I think he was way down the pecking order. Watching another Brazil game. So, there was 2 wingers ahead of him. One's Savinho, and there's another one. He's just not high on the pecking order.
Savinho will be coming to City, I believe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is this another exclusive? No way we hit him back to back like that, dude. Slow down, Link Man, bro. All right, listen. On the Copa side, the Canada-Venezuela game was cool. It went to penalties. Well, so did the Argentina game. How do you feel about just 90 minutes and penalties?
I think if you have referees calling the games the way that they are, you encourage sides like Uruguay to do what they did, right? If we're not getting yellows, like we can just foul them over and over and over again, and then we'll beat them up until the 90th, and we'll see how our pen takers do, right? Like if we don't think that we're really going to match up well with them, which is surprising because you would think that they actually match up okay, like and play okay against them. But yeah, I think that's the kind of thing that you get. Maybe it's a little bit better for the players because they're not like run into the ground, but at the same time, it's interesting.
Yeah. So I watched 2 of these 4 games. Uruguay, Brazil. They did get a red card in the 60th minute. So like they just sat back they're taking their fouls and stuff, just wasting time. So it's pretty lame end of the game. Argentina, Ecuador, I watched. That was end to end, all 90. Like Ecuador wasn't packing it in. Like they had chances to the end, and you could tell because they're just playing the 90. Everybody knows they still got a little bit in the tank, and they were kind of going for it, which was cool. I missed Venezuela, Canada, so I don't know the general vibe of that one. But to be honest with you, the extra time in the Euros isn't great. Like it's not fun to watch. So I kind of like the idea of just playing the 90. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's super interesting, dude. It really does depend on the game state, but I feel like I agree with you that sometimes 90 minutes and then just pens is maybe enough. It's curious because look, the Swiss weren't attacking at all in the extra time. They were just chilling, and so it does just become playing for pens. I watched the Venezuela-Canada game, and it was really cool, dude. It's just, that's the one thing I'll give credit to Copa is when a team goes down 1-0, it's like, all right, we're going mano y mano, dude. We are going to goal, big man. We are down a goal. We are going to goal. None of that trying to find the best shot possible. Just you and me and a ball, big man. Let's go.
That was a cool goal. Looped the keeper from way out.
That was sick, dude. Rondon. All right, well, let's maybe make some predictions real quick, because I think so you didn't watch Colombia's game, Steven. 5-0.
I didn't need to watch that one, because you know who they're playing. They were going to spank them, so.
You had seen Panama play.
The vibes weren't enough against Colombia, apparently. No. The vibes did not prevail.
I'm riding with Canada, man. So Canada, Uruguay, I said before we talked here, I don't know if I'll watch any more Copa games. I will probably watch that game because I think it'll be tight. I'm taking Colombia though in the final. All the way.
I think Colombia will go through. I think Argentina will go through, and I still think that Argentina will win the final. I think that their mentality is really good. They still have Messi. He missed the penalty. Ronaldo misses a penalty. Messi misses a penalty. They're linked in the stars, man. That was kind of funny to watch. But yeah, I think Argentina is still going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm with Uruguay at this point in the tournament. I think let's go. That match is going to be really fun to watch. All right, man. Well, before we wrap up here, have you seen the links with this Italian kid, man? They just keep growing. Fabrizio all over my timeline, bro.
Fab put it on the timeline, so I guess we got to talk about it. It seems like it's in the works. He's agreed personal terms. Like, he likes the project, as they say. I think it's just now the getting the deal done with the teams.
It'll be really interesting. I agree with you. I think he just put out a post a few hours before we got on saying that this is the week where we can maybe expect something, which made me just think, how many Italian players have Arsenal even had? I don't really think we have that many. Can you think of many, Steven?
No. Jorginho.
J20.
Jorginho.
I saw something about there being 4 in the history.
4, dude. Yeah, 4. I Googled it, and it said, Jorginho. It said Emiliano Viviano, goalkeeper.
The keeper,
yeah. For just 1 year, from 2013 to 2014. Vito Manon, another goalkeeper for a long time, from 2005 to 2013. And then Arturo Lupoli, who's a center forward that played for the club from 2004 to 2006. But I don't really know anything about any of them, to be honest with you.
Me neither. But if Jorginho, maybe we're up on Italians. I only watched this guy play 1 game. The only thing I knew about him was, like, I'm noticing him a lot. Like, the camera's on him a lot. Like, he's doing things. I wasn't like sitting and watching this guy play. I honestly, last pod, I was like, he's center back, right? Like, I guess he's a left back, so I don't know much. Did you watch him? Like, do you have a good feeling for him?
I mean, we'll see, dude. I like him. I think he's pretty good for an Italian defender. I think he's pretty good. Killer jawline. No Diddy.
Women love this guy, dude. Women love this guy.
He's going to be moving some jerseys. I can tell you that. So positive there as well. A little profit taken for the club and the player. So we'll see. And if we can come in, it would be pretty nice, man. I mean, you said, I think before the transfer window opened that we should sign an outside back, specifically a left back. You said that's kind of what you wanted, a left-sided defender, essentially. Mm-hmm. And this is the solution to it. Should be good. He's tall too, man. Gives us another height advantage.
So is he, again, I didn't really see him play, and I think he was like defensively just in actions. Is he like an attacking type guy? Is he like going to be a defensive left back? Like, what's the vibe?
He's pretty good at carrying the ball, dude. But I think what I noticed about him specifically was his long passing. I think his long passing is very good. So if he can help with some cross-field action, maybe just some other deep balls, it'll be interesting. We'll see. I'd like to see an Italian. I think bring him in too. Yeah, it'll be fun. Put it out there, Edu. Give us another exclusive, baby. Come on now. Anything else from the transfer world to shout out?
No, other than the unknown German still. They're out of the tournament, so maybe a name will appear.
Yeah, as soon as it does, maybe there will be a podcast about it. We'll see.
That's Ozil's music.
That's pretty good, man. All right, should we wrap up with a game of Mystery Man before we get on with the rest of the weekend?
Let's do it. I think I'll go first today.
Go for it.
Have at it.
All right. I'm a legend of the game. I'm currently a manager somewhere out in England. I rank third on the all-time scoring list for the Premier League. I have 183 goals. And I'm going to leave it there.
Wait, can you say the second thing that you did again? You said
England,
you're a legend of the game and you're third in the Premier League for goal scoring.
Yes.
What was the other thing you said?
I'm currently managing in England right now.
Okay.
And you have 183 goals?
Yes.
Is it,
Excuse me. 183 goals for one club, but I played on multiple clubs in the competition. Let's put that out there.
Is it Wayne?
Wayne Rooney.
He was almost my pick for today, so he was on my mind. Yeah.
Wait, he's
had a
in
rough-
the Premier League?
No, he's just in England.
Yeah, in England.
I was thinking Premier League managers the whole time, dude. You got me, man. You got me.
Fat Frank! I'll go next. I have 553 career goals, club and country. I am a Eredivisie winner, Champions League winner, La Liga winner, Copa America winner, part of one of the best trios of all time, and I am Ghana enemy number 1.
Oh, man, this is tough, bro.
I missed the very first thing you said.
I have 553 goals, career goals.
And oh, I know who it is. Sheesh. I watched him last night. He didn't get on the field. Luis Suarez.
Yeah, Luis. I almost made a biting pun. But I was like, that might be too obvious.
Thinking of those trios, those Barcelona. They had two different trios.
MSN.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. All right. For me, this player is European. And
I got it.
he used to play at Celtic, where he won the Scottish Premiership twice. I should say Scottish Premiership.
Sheep might be a little bit more apt in Scotland.
Okay, so that's all I have so far. And he has played 197 games for Liverpool.
I got it.
Helped them end their 30-year league title drought.
Big Verge.
Yeah, Big Verge. For any Liverpool supporters out there listening.
That is pretty cool that he played for Celtic, no lie.
You forget that, right?
Yeah, a player coming from the Scottish League over. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what he could have been, our Kieran Tierney, mate.
Imagine that.
Maybe we'll just leave it there, and we probably won't have a midweek pod. We'll just wait and see how the games play out, and maybe hit you next weekend then. So thanks so much for spending time with us. Make sure you subscribe, drop a rating, drop a review, share it on the socials, do all the things that we appreciate, and have an amazing week.
Be easy.